another world I know. Terra. Then... Are they phantoms? I don't care if they are. Or if I fall into the darkness. I miss them. Get out of my way!
Stop yelling at me! Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts 3. Now in well, pretty much our penultimate part of Aqua's little prologue section, which, fittingly, based on the first 3 words of Birth by Sleep, is Enchanted Dominion. Not that you'll really be able to tell, because it's very dark and dismal, whereas the original that we travelled through was... well, let's be honest, in Aqua's section, equally dark and dismal, but it did occasionally have its, light-hearted areas with, lots of greenery and, a little bit too much greenery, if you can tell what's going on here, but, yes, hit plants to make destruction go now. Or, you could just have a bit of a burn-off. Useless bit of trivia. It's, we're nearing the winter seasons of Australia, and, yeah, burn-off season is abound. It prevents bushfires. Such as you're seeing right there. So yeah. I didn't really have much of a slogan, or at least something I could think about anyway, but, yeah, there's not really much in the way of puzzles in terms of, Enchanted Dominion in this little prologue section. It's really more of a labyrinth kind of place, which, I guess is fitting, considering that there was a labyrinth in a Maleficent's castle in Enchanted Dominion, so I guess that's possibly what it's paying homage to, what with all the vines and whatnot that were Maleficent's doing, although... at this point in time, Maleficent is kind of dead. And, well, again, to kind of create a bit of spoilers for Union Cross, technically she is back in the Union Cross days, thus getting her obsession with the whole datascape and tying into what she's going to be doing throughout the rest of Kingdom Hearts 3, because, yeah, needless to say, if Dream Drop Distance wasn't any sort of a hint, yeah, Maleficent and Pete, they are still bopping about, they've still got plans of their own, and, Kingdom Hearts 3... tries to do something with them, but you'll see that as we go on. But as for anything else though, on the straight and narrow, it's pretty much just making our way to, well, find the light vestiges of, Ventus and Terra. But yeah, I was honestly expecting in that earlier sequence, kind of similar to that bit in Dream Drop Distance where Aqua would slow motion run, and, there would be that old joke and like, and that's not, slow motion, that's literally how fast she runs. In slow-mo. Almost like me. Or I suppose, to use another example, like Travis Grady if he doesn't scuttle down like 5 energy drinks involving tedious menu scrolling. But yeah, anything, that wasn't just, purely a joke on my part either. Like, I will say that Kingdom Hearts 3, it does improve the traversal options in terms of getting around quickly. Much greater than any other game, save for possibly Dream Drop Distance, and, to kind of talk about flow motion, which we won't really be getting to until we get to Sora's section, while the flow motion isn't exactly as... God, how fucking fitting is we're doing it right now, but, yeah, while the flow motion isn't quite as emphasized as it would have been in Dream Drop Distance, in Kingdom Hearts 3, your movement speed is increased a lot faster, you have, an air dash pretty much immediately available to you, and yeah, your movement options are quite good. You do also have your means of, shot-locking, air-zipping towards enemies, and, really... yeah, it's about the most acrobatic I think a Kingdom Hearts game has ever really felt. Certainly a little bit more so than somewhat more so than Kingdom Hearts 2, since I was a little bit more reliant on the reaction command system, but, yeah, in terms of, feeling like in absolute control of your character and, getting a decent movement speed and, maneuverability both in air and on ground, yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 is, pretty damn good, and, Kingdom Hearts 4 seems to also be shaping up that way if the released images of the scrap and build mechanic or anything to go by with, utilizing Sora's chain as a grappling hook and, as we saw in one of the screenshots, which, well, again, if I can be asked to find them, I'll probably post them, but, yeah, the image of Sora actually utilizing his Keyblade's chains to, well, actually traverse across, the battle arena and, take out all sorts of Heartless and, some of the bizarre enemies you're seeing here. I don't know, it'd be quite interesting to see how that pans out, but, yes, we have yet another battle violence sugar-me-do before we get to our main objective good and proper, by which I mean our boss fight, sort of. yeah, I guess I might as well talk about Missing Link's cancellation. What exactly was Kingdom Hearts Missing Link? Basically, it was intended to be a sequel to, you know, the Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, basically the interim between Birth by Sleep and, you know, the ancient Keyblade days, which is tying into our current story arc. But yeah, part of the reason why I imagine it was cancelled is because it was, well, a gacha game. Those games aren't really popular outside of Japan to begin with. And in turn, Square Enix came under new management rather, I want to say over the last year or last year or two ago. And yeah, basically, you know, commercial shake-up within the company, and yeah, I'm guessing they either thought that this wasn't going to sell, you know, quite to the same degree as, you know, your typical Pokemon Go or whatever other geolocation, walk around your town and fight enemies on your phone or whatever. So yeah, they basically ended up scrapping, and it does make me wonder what's going to happen to the story of that game, because there were cutscenes made for it, so yeah, it does make me wonder, is it just going to be like text files we'll read in Kingdom Hearts 4, or is it going to get like maybe like a CG movie adaptation akin to Union Cross back cover? I'm not really too sure, because I mean, there was some work made, so unless of course Kingdom Hearts 4 has to do a lot of heavy lifting in terms of explaining what was intended for Missing Link, if it does tie into it at all. I don't know, I'm gonna be sitting here, you know, raising an eyebrow as to how they're gonna do it. I don't know, I mean, I'd hope for maybe a CG movie just to sort of tie everything together with what they already have in terms of story, but, I don't know, I guess it remains to be seen.
You really think you can keep me away from my friends?
And now we have the Shadow of the Sora. And if I can correct that person who said that several eons ago, and as I brought up in the Kingdom Hearts 1 commentary, no, this is not the Shadow of the Sora, this is DarkSide, making his contractually obligated appearance to appear in every Kingdom Hearts game. And by fucking god, it is not the Shadow of the Sora. Dear lord. Oh, well. Either way though, DarkSide is pretty much the same sort of boss fight you had before. Compared to Kingdom Hearts 1 though, and I guess this is mainly due to the, you know, the long abandonment of the tech point system. Yeah, basically you need to take out his hand first, then you'll end up targeting the head when he gets towards lower health. But apart from that, his attack patterns are very much just the same sort of thing you've seen before. He launches out energy orbs, he, you know, will strike the ground and stun you for a wee bit, then he'll also do a little something like, you know, I don't know, he'll get on his knees and go, praise Jesus, and fire some orbs out from his thing, pop out a few Heartless enemies, and, bada bing, he pretty much does the thing, so, yeah, I mean, he certainly hits hard, so, I mean, it's not a threat to take lightly, but... Likely? The likely lads, dum bum banana. So anyway, apart from fighting Terry Collier's Heartless over here, which is probably a reference nobody will fucking get, let alone anybody who plays Kingdom Hearts, but, yeah. You know, by the time you defeat this, we pretty much go on forward, and, yeah, given that we're in the realm of darkness, you know, very much the home turf of these creatures of darkness who've had their hearts corrupted, yeah, we're going to be seeing plenty of dark sides. Thus proving once and for all that, like Spellweaver, there is plenty of darkness to last the night. So that's probably the only time of day that exists around here. But yeah, there's basically going to be an army of DarkSide, so this DarkSide will run back home to his mum and dad DarkSide and basically get them to beat Aqua up. And that's pretty much the end of it. There we go. Thundaga. Oh, actually no, that'd be Thundaja. Or Thundaza, I think. I'm not really too sure. I think Jar's meant to be before Zar in terms of the Final Fantasy naming. I don't know. There's like a whole bunch of different naming schemas. But it's neither here nor there in this case. I don't know where to go. It's all so mysterious. Oh, the closer we chase an object, the further away it gets. Such is the way of all desire. Oh no, there's DarkSide's dad. Now he's going to punch Aqua in the face, because you know, Aqua just beat up his son, and now he's very upset. Destroy. But yeah, never mind the common rabble of Heartless, because, yeah, I mean, in terms of level, I was like, I mean, you're already at pretty much 40, bordering on 50 at this stage, I think, so really there's not much of a point in fighting the regular Pish, because, don't really need to level grind, you'll pretty much handle everything you need to. Oh, there's DarkSide's mom. She got one good lick in for, Aqua. Dearie me. Oh, look out, there's DarkSide's brother. There's DarkSide's sister. There's DarkSide's other brother from another mother. How many more DarkSide family members will we meet? Oh, there's DarkSide's aunt. DarkSide's uncle. Oh, and DarkSide's granddad. Oh, and there, of course, we have DarkSide's godfather, Aqua. You helped my grandson. Can't take this anymore lightly. This is what happened to Marlon Brando after his years of abusing Hollywood system. You know what, whatever, I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. But, yeah, anyway. Apart from having Marlon Brando Heartless, this is turning into a much wackier commentary than I anticipated, but then again, that might just be purely because of the fact that I can't really talk about a lot of Kingdom Hearts elements until we get to the Kingdom Hearts 3 elements good and proper themselves, but, yeah. Just interpret this as basically the sort of madness that I'm sure Aqua would have had to have made up as she tried to protect her dwindling sanity in this realm. And I mean, honestly, I mean, you've seen her suicidal thoughts and, you know, her self-doubt and whatever. But yeah, it's, as I mentioned earlier, it's a wonder that she hasn't gone completely and, you know, started doing silly voices and, you know, yeah, tried to mask that, crackling mask of depression with, you know, whatever else. But in any case, though, as I mentioned beforehand, this is very much where the, you know, the whole maze of thorns begins to open up a little bit more, and you can just find, you know, all sorts of nooks and crannies for treasure chests and, bits and pieces here and there to sort of make your journey feel a little bit more, well, impactful. There isn't really too much to explore, and, oh, hello. It seems that, DarkSide's grandmother is just watching us through, the woods.
Well, maybe it might be the Marlon Brando godfather of DarkSide. He's not too far to move because he ate too many hearts from Kingdom Hearts, capiche?
But yeah, there are still DarkSides to fight and, you know, doing whatever else, so... really, it's, just a matter of navigating your way through the maze, and that's pretty much all she wrote. But, yeah, again, I did say that this was very much the penultimate, area, because, yeah, you do have, well, one slight final area, and, you know, that pretty much leads us to our final boss fight of Aqua's prologue. And then we can move on to Kingdom Hearts 3 good and proper. And I suppose to kind of admit one other slight shame of mine, admittedly, in terms of doing a little bit more house cleaning. Yeah, because the Sonic Adventure review took a lot longer than I expected, I intended to have that review out by the time of March. Now it's fucking, you know, middle of May. By this time I should have had the fucking Shadow the Hedgehog review, although, again, that's probably going to be another beefy review in and of itself, but, yeah, basically, Sonic Adventure review took a long time, and I didn't want to start recording Kingdom Hearts 3 until I finished that review good and proper, because I wanted to take some time to make it the best it could possibly be for quality reasons, and, you know, final Skully review Season 8. Which, again, I'm hesitant to talk about it, you know, even while we're doing this in Kingdom Hearts 3, and, you know, it being completely unrelated, but... You know, I do still want to show the viewers that I still have enthusiasm for Skully reviews, waning as my love for YouTube and reviewing itself might be, but... Yeah, the way in which it relates to Kingdom Hearts 3 is that, again, I didn't want to start recording until I, completely finished Sonic Adventure. I wasn't dividing my attention, so... Yeah, at this rate, you know, I can focus attention somewhat fully on Kingdom Hearts 3. Sonic Heroes will be a much shorter review to handle, and, Shadow the Hedgehog will be lengthy, but at the same time, you know, I'll only really have to focus on recording Kingdom Hearts 3 as opposed to recording Shadow the Hedgehog, which is already done by this point. So really, I can, you know, I can just sort of focus on one thing. And, you know, divide my attention since it doesn't require so many bells and whistles. Though, then again, I also need to get Kingdom Hearts 3 recorded quite fast, because, yeah, still recording this on, you know, May 15th. You probably won't be seeing this part until, next week on a Friday, but, well, yeah, Friday relative to whenever the date is, but... Yeah, needless to say, I want to get a lot of Kingdom Hearts 3 recorded pretty quick and fast so I can, you know... Well, I mean, again, it'll be relatively close, but I mean, at the same time, I also need to get Sonic Frontiers recorded, both for commentary purposes and for review. And, yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm going to be very, very busy this year at a time in my life where my schedule doesn't really allow me to focus so much on hobbies. I mean, I suppose I technically could have made this like a monetized job or whatever, as a lot of other people have, but then again, this channel has never really been that successful to begin with, and, I mean, even in that case, do you really want to hear, like, half these fucking videos be like, oh, buy the merch, kids, smash that like button, don't forget to subscribe, because if I don't tell you to do that, you will obviously never think of doing it yourself if you fucking like this shit. Woo! Ooh, I'm very cynical, but, you know, that's neither here nor there in this case. But again, it's for all those reasons and more that I will be fairly busy and, keeping busy with the channel, so don't worry, you will have a bit of content, but, unfortunately, that did also sort of come at the cost as, you know, making freelancers suffer a little bit, because, yeah, you might, well, again, you probably won't notice now, but, there was a bit of a 2-week interval between, the final parts of Freelancer being uploaded between, now and then, and that was entirely due to the fact that, again, Sonic Adventure was taking a long time to review, and I needed, you know, I needed a little bit of content to sort of, like, you know, weather the storm a little bit. I mean, again, I could have uploaded Freelancer all at once, but then you basically would have had radio silence for about 2 weeks, and that would have left the channel in a bit too big of a dead spot for my liking, so, yeah. I mean, for those of you who are a fan of Freelancer, again, I doubt you're watching this, but if you are, well, thank you for your support. Freelancer actually did a lot better than I expected for a game that's, rather obscure, but, I don't know, I'm happy people got a kick out of it, and, it was really fun commentary to do. Probably, I'd argue, probably one of the most fun ones I've ever done, so, yeah, that might be recency bias talking on my part, but, I don't know, overall, I enjoyed Freelancer, and I'm enjoying Kingdom Hearts 3 as well, so, yeah, I think we're gonna be having some fun times about here, as we continue to go forward in the dark, collecting body pieces so we can play pretty dress up with our woman. It's just gonna make me wonder, actually, was the dress-up feature added purely because Aqua's female? I mean, I don't know, like, I mean, when Final Fantasy X came out, like, I mean, there was, oh, not Final Fantasy X specifically, but X-2, definitely, which had, again, I'm not really too sure if this is just more, like, public perception or, like, something more to do with how the game was styled intentionally, but, you know, that did have more of a, you know, a focus towards women, so was the dress-up aspect meant to entice them, really? Which seems a bit stereotypical, I suppose, but I mean, I can't really blame them if that was kind of the intent. So was the attempt at doing this sort of with Aqua to kind of curry favor in a similar vein? I mean, again, this game doesn't do the whole dress sphere mechanic that 10-2 had either, but I don't know, it does make me wonder. I mean, if we had a Kairi-centric game, will we get something similar to that, perhaps? Well, I mean, we did Kairi-centric with Melody of Memory, but that, yeah, didn't exactly pan out for the best, and speaking of Kairi, don't worry, we'll talk about that man stealing Hussey in due time, as she takes her beloved Sora away from his true boyfriend, Riku. But again, back to the whole playing dress-up thing, I don't know, maybe it might have been an attempt to do that, but they didn't really seem to go all the way with it? And I mean, even in that case, like, I mean, Aqua didn't really seem all that comfortable playing traditional feminine roles anyway. I mean, if her whole trying on the slipper with Cinderella as well was anything to go by, so I don't know, maybe she just didn't have a lot of time to really sort of get in touch with her feminine hobbies, apart from maybe making charm bracelets. Who knows, really? It's quite curious, but either way, though, it's it is what it is. More Heartless, more fighting. But don't worry, we'll soon be approaching our next area as I stop beating around the bush. Again, all that you're really going to be finding here is just treasure chests and, you know, dress-up pieces, so you don't really got to worry too much. You can pretty much just focus on the straight and narrow, and, again, this maze isn't anywhere near as difficult to navigate as you're probably thinking I'm making it look. All you really need to do is just, you know, follow the golden orbs of, you know, Ventus and Terra. It's very much the Beatrice to Aqua's Dante, so to speak. But alas, we finally clear our way. Oh, and we see Crush Card Virus off in the distance.
Okay, then.
Oh dearie me, and if you're wondering what that's meant to be, I believe that is actually meant to be the cause of all the worlds that were taken by the Heartless. Yeah, basically a lot of that's being, the hearts of the worlds corrupted by darkness, and, yeah. You know, all the worlds lost to darkness in Kingdom Hearts 1, and by extension Birth by Sleep. That seems to be the end result of that. Although, again, by looking at it, it's either a black hole sun or fucking... Again, to go on a bit of a Yu-Gi-Oh tangent here, Crush Card Virus by the looks of things, with the bloody protein spikes on it and everything. I mean, I don't really want... I mean, not to go too deep into the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh tangent, but was Crush Card Virus ever a banned card? I don't know, it seems a little bit broken. I can imagine maybe for some tournaments it is, but I mean in terms of like the online ban list and any other games, it doesn't seem to be, which is kind of odd, because I mean I'm pretty sure spells like Raigeki or whatever were considered banned, but not, you know, Crush Card Virus, which can kind of be broken as fuck when you really think about it. I don't know. Maybe for one of the same reasons why they limit cards like, you know, Pot of Greed or whatever. Who knows? In any case, so this is pretty much another big battle against DarkSide. He does have one additional attack where you basically have this, well, a similar attack we're going to be seeing with, you know, an old returning foe of ours, but yeah, basically you have this little, like, you know, laser rain shield protecting him, basically giving him a na-na-na-na, you can't hit me state when his health is low enough, so yeah, ostensibly just beat the DarkSide, destroy him in the Crush Card Virus, and then Aqua will win the duel! Penalty game. Prism Rain. But yeah, that's pretty much all she wrote in terms of anything else, as we activate Spell Weaver. I believe you can get me, this is the attack. And yeah, I don't think you can really penetrate that shield until, well, everything's pretty much done here. Thankfully though, you do have invincibility frames with Spell Weaver. Unfortunately, your barrier won't get you through the night. Which, for a lot of worlds, I imagine could be the final night. There we go. Playing defensively in Kingdom Hearts, something I'm not usually very good at. But I mean, it can pay dividends, like, I mean, again, it can be quite fun to play defensively and have a lot of your reprisal attacks, you know, dish out a bit of damage. There we go. The penalty game is unleashed, but it wasn't quite enough. Yes, there are several DarkSides, the entire extended DarkSide family. You know, with more added-in family members than a Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequel. Oh, what are we going to do? As it just launches anime lasers against us, turning Crush Card Virus into fucking a storming Mirror Force. In any case, so that's pretty much all she wrote. Penalty game, Prism Rain. And that's how you do it. Whew, man, Aqua's gonna need a long vacation. And thousands of years worth of therapy. And more than likely a long alcoholic beverage as soon as she's done with all this shit. But on that note, I'm Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and well, next time we end this prologue.
Terra, Ven.
Aqua. You're...
Terra, you spoke?
Can you see me?
Of course. I see Ven too.
Ven? He's here?
Terra, what's wrong? Don't you see him?
Where are we?
A world that darkness has consumed. Its enchanted dominion.
Consumed? The worlds fell?
What's gotten into you? How do I know that you're Terra? And not the weakness that's in my heart, playing more tricks. Ven, please say something.
Aqua, listen. I promise this is me, but I'm not myself.
What do you mean?
You're using the name Terra. That means you're seeing me the way that you remember me. But your heart is just painting the picture that it so wants to see. The real me is lost in shadow.
Then you're here, trapped in the realm of darkness.
No. My heart has ties to the dark. That must be why we can talk. But I can't see anything, Aqua. If you say Ven is there, then he's like me. An illusion created by your heart.
I understand. Then you and Ven are safe in the outside world?
I think.
That's good. But how did you find me?
I looked here and heard you in the darkness.
Right, but why does your heart have ties to the darkness now? What did you mean, lost in shadow?
Forget about me. Aqua, Xehanort is trying to locate Ven.
He'll never find him. I hid Ven well. I think the reason he's not talking to me here is because he's still there sleeping.
No, I can't control.
This place. Is it the Chamber of Waking?
Yes. Who are you? Really?
You don't know? My name.
Aqua, get back!
Terra!
I messed up. Xehanort is part of me. Now he's using me. So you'll tell him where you hid Ven.
Silence!
I won't give in. Aqua, you have to.
Still you struggle!
Terra!
Aqua!
Now you can be one with the darkness!
Ven!